Today I'll be photographing a painter who's lived in his top floor New York City loft for the past 53 years.
My name is Carmen Cicero. I'm a painter. I'm 96 years old. I live here on the Bowery in New York City. I moved here in 1971. When I moved here, the Bowery was a much different place than it is now. If you were to look out the window at night, it would be so deserted that there wasn't traffic. Secondly, what you saw on the street was very few people and some really awful things, people falling down, people who were deeply emotionally upset, people walking around pounding their hands, and I actually got to know some of them. They would always be hanging around the same spot, and I'd go out and I'd say, "Hello, how you doing? How's everything?" And I would give them money sometime. Which reminds me of a joke by the jazz musician Zoot Sims, who walking down the street and he met one of these guys, and he gave him some money and he said, "And don't spend it on food."
That's perfect. Take one step forward. Take another step forward, Carmen.
What was the loft like the very first time you walked in?
Oh, that's an interesting story. I walked in, there was literally nothing in this room. And I don't remember clearly. I think there might have been a bed. And I put the bed right in the middle of this loft. And when night came, I don't know why, I felt kind of awkward. There were no shades. I looked out, and right there was an open window, and there was a cat looking in. Oh, I mean, this was a beat-up cat, you know, chewed off here, eyes running, and really kind of surly looking. He was looking at me, and I didn't want, you know, the window was open. I didn't want him coming in. So I kind of walked towards him, and I said, "Scat!" He didn't move. He just stared at me. "Scat!" I said, "Uh-oh, this is a New York cat." I had a lot of friends who thought I was a really remarkable painter. One day they says, "Carmen, you're going to a gallery," and they literally two guys got my feet, two guys got my arm, and they threw me in the car and said, "We're going." And we went to 4 or 5 galleries, and almost each one of them wanted my work. So I was lucky. I love fishing. Yeah. This one I was a little squirt. This one I was teaching at Sarah Lawrence. That's Susan Sontag giving me a dirty look.
Wow.
I was 35 years old.
What does it feel like looking through these old photos?
Envy. Oh boy, do I wish I was that age again. I can't tell you.
That's a wonderful photo.
This is a story I have to tell. It's such a remarkable story. I was at a gallery called the Peridot Gallery. One day I was carrying a painting to the gallery. It's about 9 feet long. And the director of the Guggenheim Museum came down the street. As I remember, he already bought one of my paintings, so I knew him. I think his name was James Johnson Sweeney. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, "Could you help me carry this painting up?" Which was audacity beyond belief. No one would do that today. So he said, "Okay." So he helped me carry it up. And then he said, "Well, I carried it up, unwrap it, let me see it." So I unwrapped it, and And he bought it, and it was in the first show at the Guggenheim Museum, the one that Frank Lloyd Wright designed. So who should come to the show but Juan Miro? And Juan Miro saw my painting, and he said to the director, gee, I love that painting, it's a good painting, it's very original, blah, 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 blah. And so I was told this, and I went, oh my God. I said, that's astounding, I can't believe it. So I made a little drawing, a nice little drawing, and I put it in an envelope, and I sent it to Miro. About 2 weeks later, I got an envelope from Mallorca. I said, oh, I hope this is what I think it's going to be. Opened it up, and it said, work by Miro. On one side, it says, gracias, and it has a little design. On the other side, there's a drawing with my name written in it. It said, with an affectionate greeting to Carmen Cicero, Juan Miro. Oh my God, it's wonderful. I had it beautifully framed. I had it hanging in my house. Guess what? I had a fire and it burned down. A tragic ending to the story. But it's an interesting story.
And then look towards me for one.
Overcoming adversity can be very significant in strengthening a person in many ways. When I started to paint, particularly as an abstract expressionism, which is very difficult art to understand, I had a lot of adversity. You know, laughing, what are you doing, you're crazy, and so forth and so on. I just kind of, it didn't bother me really, so I was able to overcome it. You know, I was here 52 years, and at every stage in the 52 years, New York was interesting. Then it kept changing, and more amenities and this and that. And now my wife loves New York because she's one of these people, she actually goes to the opera. She goes to see ballet a lot, not just a little bit. She goes a lot. She takes advantage of the beauty of New York's cultural life. I wouldn't want to go back to the way it was, but when I was there, I kind of romanticized the whole thing, and all the artists, we all did. We felt like we were in the avant-garde, and we were.
If you like this video, Carmen Cicero is one of many artists I photographed over the past 3 years in order to document the last of New York City's original artist lofts. I've just compiled all these photographs together in my very first photo book called Loft Law, published by Damiani Books. If you'd like a copy, they're available to buy in the description of this video. Thank you so much for all the support on this project. To those who've sent me emails, comments, to people who bought the book. Thank you. It's really been overwhelming, and I appreciate that the project is connecting with so many people who care about this culture and these artists and these spaces the same way that I have over the last few years. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. There will be more soon.